In the last lecture, we had left off at the turtle module. We learned about moving the turtle module, picking it up, dropping it down, resetting the canvas, and creating shapes. It was quite fun. In this module, we'll be learning the basics of any language, the if and else statements, asking questions with them. Well, let's get started. So, exit out of your turtle graphics, close it, and I'd rather close this too and create a new one. Now, anytime during the course, let's say you learned something new or you wanted to save your work, right? So what you do is, once my ideally opens, I'll show you, but right. What you do is you say file and you say new file. And this new file actually gives you a Python file. Right now in the shell, it won't save your work. This is just for interpretation. But if you actually wanted to create a file, you could do it here. You could add your code. You could say import turtle, t is equal to turtle.pen, and you could say t.forward 100, and then you could save this. Command S to save, or you could use the file and save as. But once doing Command S, there we go. Save as. We could just save this as a turtle module. Great. Save. Now anytime during the course if you want to save it, you can use it in this. In a few lectures ahead, I'll be using this format because it's easier to use. But for now, we'll just be using this. Alright. If and else statements. What are these? These sorts of questions are called conditions. And we combine these conditions and their responses into if statements. A condition is basically if something is greater than that, or if something is equal to this. Basic concept is we'll be using these conditions in our if statements. So we'll write if, okay, first let's create a variable. Age is equal to 13. Now, if age is, we want to say that if your age is greater than 13, you're allowed to have Facebook. If your age is less than 13, then you're not allowed to have Facebook. So in writing if statements, the parameter is, you first write if, then your condition. Age should be greater than 13. Right. Put a colon and click enter. Now, in all of our cases before, you must have noticed that when we clicked enter, the 3 alligator signs came up. This time it is not, because of the if statement. Since what we're writing is part of the if statement, those 3 alligator signs do not come up. Anyways, if age is greater than 13, we want to print you are eligible for Facebook. Alright, now we have if age is greater than 13, print you are eligible for Facebook. So let me just explain this if condition here. An if statement is made up of the if keyword followed by a condition and a colon. So if keyword is ours here, our condition is age should be greater than 13, and the colon comes. If this is true, if the condition age greater than 13 is true, do the following, i.e. print you are eligible for Facebook. Now what if this condition is not true? What then? So click enter and then hit the backspace. Write else. Else, colon. Hit enter and then print you are not eligible for Facebook. You are not eligible for Facebook. Great. So basically, if and else are the 2 if and else operations. If the condition age greater than 13 is true, print you are eligible for Facebook. If the condition is not true, else, print you are not eligible for Facebook. Hit enter and hit enter. We get the result, you are not eligible for Facebook. Now you must be wondering, but my age is 13. Well, what was your condition? Age should be greater than 13. Now, in Python, or almost in every language, you have different logical operators. You have greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, not equal to, and equal to. So let's go through them one by one. Alright, so let's create a few if statements. If, let's first create a variable, age is equal to 20. Right. Sorry, that was an indent. Age is equal to 20. If age is less than 25, put the colon, hit enter, print, you are still young and can live your life happily. There we go. This is the less than operator, i.e. if the value of age is less than 25, do the following. Hit enter, you are still young and can live your life happily because 20 is less than 25. Now we'll be using the operator greater than equal to. Let's say we'll just continue using age. If age is greater than or equal to, let's say 19, or let's say just to 20. Then we want to say, print, you are 20 years old. Awesome. Click enter, you are 20 years old. Because what greater than equal to says is, if the value of age is equal to 20, or if it's greater than 20, i.e. 20, 21, 22 and on, then print the following. So it's executed. And the same thing is with less than equal to. If age is less than or equal to 20, i.e. if it's 20, 19, 18, 17, print, you are 20 years old. Alright, hit enter, you are 20 years old. Now the two come up, not equal to and equal to. So if we say if age is not equal to 20 or 19, then print you are not 19 years old. Basically, not equal to says that if the value of age is not equal to 20, the age's value is 20, so if 20 is not equal to 19, then print you are not 19 years old. Simple. Hit enter, you are not 19, because 20 is obviously not equal to 19. And let's say we were comparing if our age is 20. If we said if age is equal to 20, we get an invalid syntax. Why? Because when we were doing variables, as you remember, how did we assign the value to variables? We used an equal sign. We said age is equal to 20. But when we use that in an if statement, it will give us an error. Because in this case, we are verifying. We're verifying to see if age is actually equal to 20. But the computer will think that you're assigning the value of 20 to the variable age. So what we use is double equal sign. If age is equal to double equal sign 20, colon, then say print, good job. Hit enter, good job. Here we had to use a double equal sign since we're checking. We're not assigning the value of 20 to age. We're instead checking if the value of age is equal to 20. Alright, we've now discussed all 6 operators in using the if and else statements. Now let us use some else if and else statements. So let's create our variable. Let's call it, again, let's just go with age 14. Great. Now we say that if age is less than or equal to 13, you cannot have a Facebook, or you cannot have a Facebook. Now, let's say we had, 3 conditions. So age is less than or equal to 13, age is equal to 14, or age is greater than 14. So it will be 3 ranges. 13 and less, 14, and 14 more. So to do 3 conditions, else if comes into play. So type with me elif. This basically stands for else if. So if I want to put more than 2 conditions, I'll use the elif statement. If age is less than or equal to 13, print you cannot have a Facebook. Elif age is equal to 14, print you might be able to have a Facebook. And last but not least, else, if it's not less than 13, if it's not 14, else we'll say, sorry. Okay, I'll pause. Whoops. Okay. Let's get that back down here. Now, you notice what I did. Let's say you make a mistake while typing in your code, and you don't want to copy, or if you don't want to type this all back again. So you go to your code, and on the line or any line, just click enter. And what that'll do is it'll copy it down below. So I'm just going to go with that. Click here, click enter. There we go, down below. Else, print, you can have a Facebook. So if I enter, you might be able to have a Facebook because our age was 14, and if age is equal to 14, print this. Great. So this is the basic concept of if, else, and else if programming in Python. You put the if first, then the condition, then a colon. You click enter, and then you type what it should do if the condition turns out to be true. Now if you have multiple conditions, you can continue using elif. So if age is equal to 1, print blah. Then you can say elif age equal to 2, print. Sorry. So again, if you make a mistake, just go up to that line and press enter, just like that. Delete that. Elif age is equal to 2, print blah blah. Elif age is equal to 3, print, again mistake, my bad, let's just get that back down. Elif age is equal to 3, print random, etc. Now you don't have to include an else statement here. Let's say you're just going for the values 1, 2, and 3. You can use an else statement, but if you don't, Python won't say anything. Now, because our age is already 14, this won't do anything because 1, 2, 3 is not equal to 14. But it's simple as that. So, let me recap what we've learned. First, we learned how to do the if statement. So, we write if, the condition, whatever the condition will be, and then we put the colon. We click enter, and then we write what will happen if the condition is true. If there are multiple conditions, we'll use elif, 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 the condition, colon. And last but not least, if it's just 2 conditions, we'll use if and else. Those 2 statements are what we'll use. Now, another neat trick that I taught you guys is if you're up here and you made a mistake and you don't want to type it all again, just go to it and click enter, and the code will be copied down below. Awesome. In the next lecture, we'll start with loops. See you then.